Hey guys, welcome to DevOpsSchool. These days, everything is happening in the cloud. Cloud computing is a big shift from traditional way businesses think about IT resources, and Amazon Web Services is the world's broadly adopted cloud platform. So today, we are going to learn about AWS.
But before that, let me ask you a few things. Are you dreaming of a career with higher pay and more responsibilities? Or are you ready to take your skills to the next level this year? Then start investing in DevOpsSchool certification level courses, which will help you to emerge skills for a wide range of entry level roles and as well as higher potential future positions. But with thousands of courses online and in classroom worldwide, finding the right one for your career goals can be difficult. You can consider our courses like Agile Developer, Agile QA, DevOps Certified Professionals, Site Reliability Engineering, DevSecOps, and Masters in DevOps Engineering, where you will have access to well-structured, easy-to-follow course content that has been developed and will be delivered by industry professionals. You can join on our training programs globally through online platforms, and if you are looking for classroom workshops, then we have regular sessions available in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi NCR, Mumbai, and in Pune. Simply compare our many courses, find the one that suits your style and schedule best, and start today.
Actions. Scroll down. Yeah, the last one, make public use ACL.
Just it's disabled actually. So I need to just again give me 2 seconds. I did this, that's okay. Matrices management access points. This is not required, only permission was required. And I can modify it through the code also, which I do that, but it should be available in this also. And that is, I'm just checking out just so many options you have. Yeah, so what has happened, there is a one additional feature recently I think they added, that is like you can enable that ACLs enforced by owners or someone else. So right now I enable the someone else, and now you see that that option is coming here and make public. So now this is public means it's like a dangerous stuff. And by the way, whatever I did, you must be thinking, hey Rajesh, I'm going to do it for every files. No, actually. So for there is a policy things you have under this. You can write a bucket policies also, and you can do the stuff. So first, let me check whether it is accessible or not. See, it's accessible, but automations you can do that. So I'll tell you. AWS S3 bucket policy for public access, and this if you write this policy, it's in YAML or JSON, whatever it is. See here. So this is the kind of policy. So here it's saying, hey, resources, some resources in that particular bucket, all resources, and public read and write access. Like that you can implement and get it done. This is also a simple one. Get objects, get object version for this bucket, allow public read. So like that you can automate, but right now not complicating too much. This one. Okay, so this is the S3. You can store it and you can use it. This basically we use it for images, CSS, HTML, and all stuff like that. It will be easier for you. Make sense, guys? All of you? All of you?
Yep.
Yeah. Now Next thing is NFS, I mean EFS we call it here. So where's that EFS options? Here. So EFS means what? Network file system. So guys, you don't have to set up a server and all. AWS will give you EFS endpoint. EFS endpoint AWS will give you, and that you can access with the user ID and password or whatever it is, the access, and you should be able to do that. So the question is how? You can also mount inside EC2 instance also. So EFS you can mount. Where do you get this EFS? So I go to services, I go to the storage, which is last, and you see EFS is here. S3 was here, which is the last demo. Many other options are there, but right now focus on EFS. So now here we have to create it. It's very simple. Just create a file system, give the name, let's say demo, and which VPC. What is the VPC and all I'll tell you by default right now. It's a one zone original and create it. That's all. Now this is the paid services again. Remember, and now this creating. Now let's create. Let's get created and available. Now click on it, and here you have a access point. File system. Just again, hold on. This is the size monitoring. Sorry, is here. So this is your EFS DNS name, and now this you have to mount inside a EC2 at certain locations and then use it. Now the questions you'll ask, Rajesh, how can I mount it? Simple. AWS EFS mount. There's one command you have to run it in order to mount it. So if you know the process, then it will be easier for you. And this utility must be installed. You have to read it, and then finally, full instructions is here. So finally, you have to run here. This is your EFS, and the command is to run. You have to install this NFS, and command is to run is this one. See. So, and this is your ID of FS, which you can see somewhere. This is the mount point, and here you have to give the name. So examples would be also here. See, there's a same examples actually. Yeah. So this command will mount it EFS, and at this point in a home directory you can use it. Simple. So it's a, let's understand this way. There is your infrastructure as a service, IaaS. There's a platform as a service. There is a function as a service. So tell me one thing by looking at it in EC2 instance. Tell me what is the infrastructure or platform or the function?
Infrastructure as a service.
EBS.
That is still infrastructure as a service.
And EBS and S3, the one which is Google Drive kind of sort of. Platform service, and EFS is also platform. So what is the beauty of the platform as a service? You know, this you don't need to worry about the backup, configuration, security, and all. That's all. You just create. You saw that. I just created and use it. That's all. Nothing else you have to do that. Make sense? Yeah. Okay. So this is the stuff. Now, I discussed so far compute services and storage services. Now let's talk about the networking services. Okay, networking. So guys, I'll put it in a very simple way. I'm not complicating too much. Okay, you have to think more than anything else. Okay, this is a region. and this is the edges. This is the edges 1 and this is the edges 2. Think, it's not a, this design is not like very complex, it's very easy design. Okay, now this is connected through internet, not intranet. That means still is the one area only. LAN, sorry, they connected through intranet, not internet. Means LAN is connected through LAN. Now, mind it, in this region, you have 1 millions of account. I repeat, 1 millions of root account. Think about it. And each account have their certain VMs, certain storage and stuff like that. Each account. How do I protect it from each other? I'll put it in one more simple way. Let's say you are staying right now in an apartment. Okay. And each one of you are getting a same internet. Think simple. You are staying in an apartment and each one of you getting the same internet provider. But still your machine, let's say your home is running 4 machines and someone else home is running 5 machines, laptop or mobile. How do you protect from each other? Tell me. How do you protect from each other? How you cannot see others' data and others cannot see your data? How?
Your firewall.
Anyone have thought about it? Anyone have thought about it? No. Firewall is at the system level, no, sir. Firewall is at the system level. So what happens, guys? Understand that each one of you have a router, correct? Correct now? Each one of you home has a router. What this router is doing, they are creating one local net access network, LAN we call it. So each home you have a LAN and they are connected to one of the internet WAN. But each LAN you guys have not routing done. Routing means routing is disabled from each one of us. So because of the routing is disabled, and bridging is disabled, you cannot talk to each other. Because of that's a default security. Okay, simple. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say?
Yes. So
at a high level.
So the router acts like a gate, basically.
Yeah, someone is speaking, but I'm not able to hear him clearly.
Hi, I'm saying, is this better?
Yes.
Yeah, I was saying the router acts like a gate.
Right,
to the
yes.
WAN.
Gate. That's like that. They will not allow someone else to access your machines. Okay, so it's like this. It's very simple. I'm not getting into networking. I will request you all to get into the networking, little bit fundamental of networking. But right now, my focus is what is the networking services at AWS. You know what? Think simple. In one region, you have AWS is 1 millions of account, 1 millions of account minimum. How would they protect the each account resources? When I say resources means EC2, EBS, EFS, and all this stuff. How they will protect from each other? Because I can access, I should not access yours, you should not access mine. We all are in Mumbai region. So how can we do that? And that is where that at a high level I'm teaching you, not using any terminology, technical terminologies which will complicate. That is where that VPC is coming. And mind it where I'm creating. You should think why I'm creating across ages. That is where that VPC is coming. VPC means creating a network. Are you understanding? Now this VPC, you have a multiple machines running EC2 instance. And now this VPC, what they do, this VPC, please check this my line. This guy can access this. I have to draw like this. This guy can access this. Why? Because in the same network, this guy can access also this. This guy can also access this, and everyone can access each other across the edges. But this guy cannot access this because of VPC. That means VPC allow you to access all the IP address of the same VPC, same machines, same network, but not outside of it. So mind it, what I'm saying here is simple way I'll put it. What is the IP address you get it here in a public and private IP address? Where is that? Private IP address, all private IP address will be accessible for each one of the machines in your VPC, but not from outside. If you need outside, then public IP address, which I discussed. Are you understanding now?
Yes. So
Yes. So in everyone, those who wants to create, I repeat, everyone, those who want to create a virtual machines, they have to create a VPC. Then you'll say, Rajesh, you have not created VPC. Yes, I have not created VPC. Why? Because AWS gives you each region one VPC default, and which I'm going to show you now. Look at my screen. See this. Click on the VPC. It's a networking. See, isolate cloud resources. They are writing it. Please read this. Okay. So this is a VPC, and here one of the VPC I got it default, which you can see that this is the one. Now, so I will go back and create a EC2 instance one more time. Guys, this is the EC2 instance. Now, if you, let's say, if you have multiple VPCs, then you have to select which VPC you want it. So look at my screen, guys. See here, I've selected. Here you have selecting, hey, select the network. So I did not bother about it because I had a default only. I wanted to use default. But you can create these resources in any of these VPCs which you want it. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yeah.
Okay, now let me complicate a little bit of it. You know, guys, let's say your office is also on VPC. Agree with me? Your office is also on VPC, one network. You can talk to each other, you know, inside office with anyone, but outside is not allowed, right? Your home is also on VPC, is acting like one network. Your office is also on VPC, acting like one big network. Okay, so everywhere is a network. See, this whole world is having LAN, and this whole world is connected, each LAN with a WAN. This is how we have all network together. Okay, so now understand that in your office you have a one network, but let's say 5 departments are there. So what they do typically, networking team, they say, hey, this is a big network, let me divide into the 2 network, 3 network. So I'll divide this. Look at this. So one big network you are dividing into 3 parts for time being. Okay, so now here also you can run EC2 instance. Here also you can run EC2 instance. Here you can run the EC2 instance. So same network. Okay, this can talk to this one. This can talk to this one. But for the classifications, we have a different sub network. What we call it in a networking keyword? Subnet. Network, subnet. Big network, small network, subnet. So right now, one big network divided into 3 subnet, 1, 2, 3. Now each of this, remember that I must tell you here, I must remind you, inside a network, each machines can reach out to each one. Then you will say, Rajesh, what is the use of this subnet? For many purpose, for network management, for routing, for applying the security and all stuff like that. One of the use cases I'll tell you right now. So here you say, think about it. One VPC you have, and you have divided into 3 network. What you say? Think simple. In the simple, here you say, hey, in the first subnet, whatever the IP, whatever the EC2 you have, you should get an internet. Internet should be here. But in this, I don't want the internet. No internet. Are you understanding? No internet. Are you understanding?
Yes.
So then you will say, Rajesh, why do we don't want internet? Maybe security reason. So here you can say, hey, here I am running the application server, and here I am running the database. In the application server and database, do you really need a internet? No. This is, you are running a web server. You need an internet, yes. Ultimately, when you hit the www.facebook.com or www.devopsSchool.com, so it goes to the web server, right? Web server access the app server acts as the database server. So here, who needs the access to app? Web. Who needs the access to the database? App. So here they can talk to each other, no problem. But I don't want the internet to be accessible in the app and database. It's a very simple way I'm telling you, but discussions can be complicated also when you do the architecture. Are you saying? Are you understanding?
Yes. So it's like isolating each component.
Yes. So what I'm trying to say, hey guys, you have a VPC, you can divide into multiple subnet, and few subnets you can say I need the internet, few subnets say I don't need the internet. So guys, can we say like this subnet which is having the internet, we call it typically public subnet, and the subnet which has a no internet, then we call it a private subnet. Please remember this. So here in this my example, I have a 2 private subnet. Now you will ask me, Rajesh, why we use a private subnet? Very simple, because of not having internet. One of the use cases. But guys, there are so many use cases also. In networking, if you go, you will have a hell lot of use cases. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So now guys, you understood what is a, just again. So guys, you understand what is a VPC, and then VPC we divide into subnet. Subnet 1, which can be public, subnet 2, which can be private. What is the public and private? You know that. Now guys, you know what? How do we understand that? For getting an internet in the public subnet itself, how do we get the internet first? So we use the one service which is called it a internet gateway. Okay, internet gateway. We use this service. So using the internet gateway, this is the internet gateway attached to the VPC IGW. I'm just typing, okay, just for the sake of learning purpose. So please don't get confused. So here we get a internet gateway which give you the access to the internet to the public subnet. Okay, now understand that there is one problem here. See that this is the internet gateway, I bought it. This is the VPC, and this is the public subnet, this is a private subnet. How do I say, hey internet gateway, I need internet in the public and I need internet, no internet in private? How do I say? Then what we do, we set the one stuff which is called routing table. Route table, you might have heard about it. Route table. Correct, guys, all of you? Hello? Yeah, so we give the access to the public subnet or private subnet. We we do that. So we need a route table also. Okay. Now this whole components, there are tens of more components actually, but not discussing too much because it will be networking sessions. It will become too complicated. So here these are the primarily and options we should have. One VPC, subnet, internet gateway, route table. Can I show you that all this option first before creating? So cancel this, guys. Go to the VPC and you click on the VPC, and here you see that, guys, look at my screen, all of you. You see that here you can create a VPC, here you can create a subnet, here you can create a router table, here you can create a gateway, and here netting and all somewhere downside also, here in this only. So many things are there, guys, here. You see that, scroll down. Many things are there in terms of complete networking solutions. You have it. So if you're a pro in networking, you can use as a service. So then you'll say, Rajesh, I'm not very sure about it, networking and also how do I use it? So they have created, I'm also lazy people like you and me. So they have created a widget. So if you go here, they say, hey, widget I'm creating, and everything I'll create, just you have to give input. So I click on it, widget, and here I'm going to give this. Do you want VPC only or VPC with a subnet? Of course, VPC with a subnet. Now they are giving little bit of UI got change here. They're saying, hey, what is your project name? So auto generate, let's see, project. What is the CIDR of the VPC? Oh, sorry. What is the tenancy? How many availability zone you want? Which availability zone you wanted? All this thing. So you can select here, customize AJs and all. Let it be default. NAT gateway is chargeable. Okay, so I'm selecting none. And endpoints, all this thing. Right side, if you see that they have designed a VPC. How many subnets you have? So one public, one private. And public subnet, which is the route table, here it is. Private subnet, which is the route table, here you have. For this availability zone here, this is the one. This is a public and private, and this is the routing table. So this is beautifully designed. You can customize also, guys. It's not something which you cannot do that. Everything you can customize, and one by one you can do that. So how it works? Let me put it up in an image, so you'll understand this. So in this image, whatever you have, what is happening? This is a VPC. This is a region. I'll create a region, okay? And then this is the availability zone. And here they have created one network. And this network they have divided into 4 subnet. This is a public. This is a private. This is a public. This is a private. Now public, all the front end will come. So now what will happen? This is the internet gateway. Guys, internet gateway, one internet gateway, multiple routing table you require. Route tables. S I'm choosing, okay? Tables. So what happens? Internet come to here, read to the routing table. A route table say, hey, this is allowed. And hey, this is allowed. This you don't need, not need. Now, why we are creating one public here, one public here? Anyone would like to comment on? 2 availability on why do we do that? Tell me. Why created one public in one AJS, another public in another AJS? Anyone would like to tell me? Hello? Think about it, guys. Why do we use AJs first of all? We discussed. Why do we use multiple AJs in one region? So we use AJs because we want high availability. If something goes wrong with one availability zone, second zone should be having as a backup. Correct now? Hello, are you there, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here, why I created public here and public here? Let's say something goes wrong with my one AJs, still my application is up. No. Make sense? Yes. So you have to learn this design, little bit of experience and all stuff like that. So this is the some sample one, and I'll go and create a VPC. That's all. See that here. Manually, if you create, you have to create these many resources manually, though you should do that once in a lifetime for a better understanding. See, create a VPC, DNS, verifying, create S3 endpoint, subnet 1, 2, 3, 4, internet gateway, routing table multiple, and then NAT I disabled it. NAT, what is that? I don't want to tell you right now, but these are all things created and view. Wonderful. So guys, now if you go to the VPC dashboard, now you see that two VPC, multiple subnet, multiple route table. Now what to do? I think you know that. So go to the EC2 and create an instance. Select the whatever the AMI is. Select the type, and here, guys, are you able to see that here? Now you decide, hey, which one you want? You want the default or VPC? Or let's say if you want the project VPC, which subnet you want? I create a 4 subnet as per the discussion. Understood?
Yes.
Okay, so now cancel it. You could have created it. I'm not creating it because you have done it. Now go to this VPC and destroy, because NAT gateway is a paid which I have not created.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone, if you would like to access the remaining videos of this playlist of 50 plus more tools which are coming under DevOps, DevSecOps, SRE, DataOps, GitOps, etc. Kindly become our channel members by clicking on the joining button. You would have access to 100s of playlists and 1000s of videos lifetime access with this membership. Enjoy.